what do you mean by size reduction? Their importance, we have seen the synonyms, we have also seen the Mohs scale, then we have seen the how there is a breakdown of particle, we have seen the different mills, their mechanism of size reduction, their particle size obtained, uses and advantages and non or uses and non-suitability. We have seen this. After that, we have also seen different mills and their description. We have seen mills and their variant. That chart is very important. Different mills and their variants. We have seen the all the mills. We have seen the ball mill. Critical speed of ball mill is important. Critical speed is equal to 76.6 divided by square root of d, which is very important. So it is the speed of ball mill. It is the speed of ball mill above which you cannot operate the ball mill. Okay. Now they are operated at a 60 to 85% of critical speed of ball mill. Then optimum speed of ball mill, that is the speed of ball mill which will give you the desired particle size reduction. So optimum speed of ball mill is equal to n is equal to 57 minus 40 log of d. D is nothing but the inside diameter of mill per minute. N is number of revolution per minute. A ball mill is having 228.6 centimeter ball and 11.4 centimeter jar. So it will have optimum speed respectively 28 and 125 rpm respectively. इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. We have seen the theories of size reduction: Griffith theory, Hicks theory, Bond's theory, Determinist theory. We have seen. After we have that, we have seen the theories of combination. That is the mechanical behavior of solid. How solid will behave when you apply a stress. So initially it will behave like an elastic up to a certain point. That is known as a yield value, or the region is known as a Hooke's region. Now above this particle will be plastically deformation will be. We have seen this. Now next chapter is nothing but the size separation. So what do you mean by size separation? So size separation means separation of material according to the size only. Separation of material according to the size only. Everybody is doing size separation in the house. Okay. So in the early morning while making your roti and chapati. So you are making your mom or your mom is classifying the material. Your mom, okay, she is classifying the floor of grain floor, wheat flour, or so size separation is nothing but the separation of particles according to the size alone. Separation of particle according to the size alone. So size separation is also known as very important. It is also known as sieving, shifting, classifying, or screening. Sieving, shifting, classifying, or screening. All these are the synonyms for size separation. Size separation is also known as sieving, shifting, classifying, or screening. Remember, it is the separation method. There are different separation methods. So you see, one of the separation method is size separation. Another separation method, filtration, is also separation method. Drying, evaporation, they are also separation method. Crystallization is also separation method. If the material, okay, so what you are doing, you are, okay, you can see over, these are known as the sieves, okay, and material to be separated, they are kept in the sieves. You have to shake this sieve mechanically by using hands. So what will happen? So fine particle or the particle having size less than the size of mesh present in this sieve, so they will easily pass the sieve, and the material which is coarse material, the material which is fine, that is that can be easily passed through the sieve, and the material which is coarse, that will remain in the sieve. Okay. If the material that remains on a given screening surface, ये क्या है, screen है. So if the material which remains on the screen surface, that is known as a oversized material or plus material. Okay. So during the sieving, whatever material which remains on a screen, on the surface of screen, that is known as a plus material or oversized material, because उसका size ज़्यादा होता है तभी तो ऊपर है. And the material which is passing through a screen, it is known as an undersized material, or so no. So sieving is nothing but the, you can say it is a separation technique. the separation technique. So everybody is doing this separation technique in their house. So during the preparation of this roti and chapati, your mom used to screen the wheat flour while making the chapati too, right? So, but actually, that is not very good. Okay, whatever you are getting after sieving of flour, so that is a very harmful. So useful is what remains on the screen, because on the screen what is remaining, or it is nothing but the husk, and that husk, that is also known as a fibers. फाइबर्स, तो ये जो अपन जो फ्लोर वगैरे सब पूरा स्क्रीन करते हो, जब चाळता तुम्ही पीठ चाळल्यानंतर वरती जे राहतं ना, सगळं हस्क असतं. हस्क म्हणजे काय, कर्नेल्स अँड फायबर्स ना, ते सगळं जे असतं त्यात सगळे विटामिन्स असतात, त्याच्यामध्ये सगळं फायबर्स असतात. दॅट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. दिस फायबर्स विच आर व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. जुने लोक काय करायचे की पीठ चाळायचे नाही, पीठ जास्त चाळत नव्हते, तसंच ते रोटी किंवा चपाती बनवायचे. आणि मग काय व्हायचं, त्यांच्यामध्ये प्रॉपर फायबर्स वगैरे सगळं यायचं रोटीमध्ये. आजकाल आपण काय करतो, पूर्ण चाळून घेतो, खाली जो मय आहे बाकी आहे पीठ, इट इज व्हेरी फाईन, आणि त्याचंच आपण चपाती बनवतो. त्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे, मग त्याच्यामध्ये फायबर्स पण नाही आहेत, है ना, विटामिन सगळं ते फ्लॉवरमध्ये गेलं तुमच्या वरच्या, जे आहे. मग काय, मग तुम्हाला ती शिल्पशेट्टी ती टीव्हीवर आणि सांगते केलॉग्स ब्रेकफास्ट, इसमें है ओट्स, इसमें है ग्रेन्स. आम्ही काय करतो, मग सध्या काय करतोय आम्ही, ग्रेन्स नाही करतो, काय करतो. सांगायचा विषय असा की जो चाळणीच्या वरती वाक्य आहे त्याच्यामध्ये हस्क असतं आणि त्याच्यामध्ये काय असतात, फायबर्स असतात. ते आर व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. ओके, इम्पॉर्टंट फॉर यू. They will keep your cholesterol level in control. They will keep cholesterol level in control because they enhances the excretion of cholesterol. Okay, and they are also very important for fragility of your blood vessel. And in that part only there is a vitamins. Okay, this is nothing but the pure starch. So the material which is remaining on the screen known as a plus material, known as a plus material or oversized material. Material which passes the screen is known as a undersized. Are you getting or not? Now, according to this, so as per the official pharmacopoeia, as per the Indian pharmacopoeia and British pharmacopoeia, so they have defined the grades of powder. Now again, why you want to do size reduction, size separation? You know that you have to classify the powder, classify, okay? Because you know for mixing, if particle size in a range of proper range, so that will be very good mixing. The particle, if there is a very huge difference in the particle size, एक particle size बहुत बड़ा है एक कम है, mixing will not be proper. Again you cannot ensure the content uniformity. So that factors or that importance you can read from the books. Otherwise at the end of session I will explain from the book also. Now grades of powder. What is important for GPAT? This is important for GPAT. Grades of powder, CU number along with the nominal mesh aperture as per the Indian Pharmacopoeia and British Pharmacopoeia. This table is very very important for your GPAT. Okay. Now grades of powder. Grades of powder. Sieve through which all particle must pass, or sieve through which at least 90% particle must pass. 90% या फिर all particle they must pass through this sieve. Nominal mesh aperture of that particular sieve. Sieve through which 40%, okay, not more than 40% should pass. Sieve through which not more than 40% should pass. Now, what do you mean by coarse powder? First definition आता है coarse powder. What do you mean by coarse powder? Coarse मतलब क्या? थोड़ा सा बड़ा, ऐसा चल के नहीं चलेगा. What is mean by coarse powder? Or coarse powder as per the IP or BP? The coarse powder is defined as the powder. The powder. It is a powder. The particles present in the powder or the particles present in the powder, they must pass through sieve number 10. If the powder having particles which are able to pass through sieve number 10 and not more than 40% passes through sieve number 44, that is known as a coarse powder. A coarse powder is the powder of which all particle they will pass through sieve number 10 and not more than 40% particle pass through sieve number 44. So that powder is known as a coarse powder. That powder is known as a coarse powder. And sieve number 10, they will have nominal mesh aperture 1.7 mm. sieve number 44 का होता है 355 माइक्रोन. What do you mean by moderately coarse powder? What do you mean by moderately coarse powder? So moderately coarse powder is defined as per the IPVP. Powder having a powder if the particles of powder passes through sieve number 22, not more than 40% passes through sieve number 40, 60. Okay, coarse powder means what? 90% particle or all particle must pass through sieve number 10 and not more than 40% pass through sieve number 44. Moderately coarse powder means all particle must pass through sieve number 22 and not more than 40 should pass through 60 sieve. Okay. So that is known as a moderately coarse powder. Now what do you mean by moderately fine powder? So if all particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 44 but not more than 40% should pass through, not more than 40% is able to pass through sieve number 85, known as a moderately fine powder. What do you mean by fine powder? What do you mean by fine powder? So if all particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 80, इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. ओके, sieve number 80 इसका क्वेश्चन कैसे कहाँ पे आया है मैं बोलता हूँ. Fine powder means all particle of that powder must pass through sieve number 85, which is having nominal image aperture 180 micron. What do you mean by very fine powder? So very fine powder means the powder having particles which are able to pass through sieve number 120. So all particles of that powder should pass through sieve number 120. What is a very fine powder? What do you mean by microfine powder? Okay. So microfine powder is defined as the if particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number, it is known as a microfine powder. What is meant by superfine powder? So superfine powder means particles of powder should be able to pass through sieve number sieve made up of 10 micron. What do you mean by ultra fine powder? So 90% or particle must pass through sieve number sieve made from 5 micron. Important day. Once again I will explain. What do you mean by coarse powder? So 90% or okay, so all particles of that 90% or you can say all particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 10 and not more than 40% should pass through sieve number 44. That is known as a coarse powder. Moderately coarse, so all particle must pass through sieve number 22, not more than 40% pass through sieve number 60, known as a moderately coarse powder. Moderately fine powder, all particle must pass through sieve number 44, not more than 40% should pass through 85, known as a moderately coarse, moderately fine powder. What do you mean by fine powder? So if particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 85, known as a fine powder. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है कोर्स पाउडर के ऊपर, मॉडरेटली फाइन पाउडर के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है, फाइन पाउडर के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. What do you mean by fine powder? As per the IP, so fine powder means if particles of powder is able to pass through 85, the fine powder 85 sieve or 180 micron nominal image aperture. Very fine powder, if particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 120, known as a very fine. Then next आता है आपका micro fine powder. What do you mean by micro fine powder? If particles of powder is able to pass through sieve number 350. What do you mean by super fine powder? If particles of powder is able to pass through sieve made from a 10 micron. What do you mean by ultra fine powder? So powder is able to pass through sieve made from a 5 micron size. याद रखना है. एटलीस्ट ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि कितने सारे फाइन पाउडर होते हैं. What do you mean by fine powder? What do you mean by moderately fine powder? What do you mean by fine powder? What do you mean by very fine powder? What do you mean by micro fine powder? What do you mean by super fine powder? What do you mean by ultra fine powder? ये फाइन पाउडर वाले जो ना एटलीस्ट आपको बाय हार्ट करना है. सो मॉडरेटली फाइन 45 सॉरी 44 85, फाइन पाउडर 85, ठीक है. वेरी फाइन 120, माइक्रो फाइन 350, सुपर फाइन 10 माइक्रोन, अल्ट्रा फाइन 5 माइक्रोन. ये फाइन पाउडर्स का है ना, grades of powders they are very important for GPAT, not only for GPAT Niper, also for other exams. As per the IP and BP, as per the USP it is different. As per the IP and BP it is same. Okay? As per USP it is different. As per the USP you can see grades of powder as per the USP. So again coarse powder is defined as, so 90% must pass through sieve number sieve made from a 1700 micron and not more than 40% pass through 355. Moderately coarse powder as per USP, so all particle must pass through sieve made from a 710 micron and not more than 40% pass through 50 micron. Moderately fine means all particle must pass through 355 micron and not more than 40% pass through sieve number 180 micron. Fine powder as per the USP. If particles of powder is able to pass through 180 micron sieve, it is a fine powder. Very fine powder, if particles of powder is able to pass through sieve 125 micron, very fine powder. What do you mean by ultra fine? So 90% must pass through sieve number 5 micron. No particle should be having greater diameter than 50 as per the USP. Applications of various screen configuration for perforated. Okay? Application of various mill screen configuration. जो आप sieving use करते हो, तो sieves are nothing but they may be either made up of oven wire, तो wire का oven करके भी बनाते हैं, या फिर they might be made up from a oven wire of nylon, oven wire of your steel, or it may be either perforated screen. So shapes, perforated shapes, round holes, herringbone type of screen, and cross slot. Round holes are used for fibrous material. Round hole screen जो होता है वो fibrous material के लिए use करते हैं. And what is the disadvantages and other things? So it clogs more quickly. ये बहुत ही जल्दी clogging होता है. Lower hole size is limited. सबसे कम साइज जो होता है ना वो लिमिटेड है, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. लोअर होल साइज लिमिटेड इन केस ऑफ राउंड होल्स स्क्रीन. सेकंड आता है हेरिंगबोन स्क्रीन, so or it is known as slots, useful for the amorphous and crystalline material. इसका slightly coarse powder than equal diameter can pass. Slightly coarse powder than equal diameter can pass. मतलब क्या है कि हेरिंगबोन स्क्रीन जो होता है उससे उसका जो डायमीटर है स्लॉट का उससे थोड़ा सा बड़ा वाला पार्टिकल भी उससे जाएगा. Slightly coarse powder can then equal diameter can pass through round perforations. थर्ड आता है क्रॉस स्लॉट. सो amorphous material के लिए आता है slurries with a coarse particle. It is used for amorphous material and slurries with a coarse particle. Cross slot. So same granule size as that of the equal sized round perforations. Now you can see these are the different type of screen. So it is just a wired oven screen. Then squared perforated screen. It is a perforated screen. So it may be either metal sheet, or it may be either some hard material sheet, plastic sheet used. Square. So okay, perforated round hole screen or bars. You might have seen in the harvesters. Harvesters होते हैं क्रॉप हार्वेस्टर के लिए, उसमें ये सब टाइप की स्क्रीन होती है. बार हो गया. Rectangle aligned to the lane. Rectangle aligned to the lane. Rectangle type of perforated screen. Rectangle aligned to the width type of perforated screen. These are the different screens, shapes of screen. कि जो sieving में अपन screen use करेंगे उसके different shapes. Now standards for sieve. Sieve के standards क्या है? Okay. Means what do you mean by 10 sieve? What do you mean by sieve number 50? What do you mean by sieve number 80? Okay. What do you mean by sieve number 350? So that standard. Okay. And each mesh, sieve में क्या होगा? Mesh होगा ऐसा. Now length of this mesh, okay, is based upon certain standards. There are different standards for sieve. Taylor standard is there for USA. US standard is there for USA. British standard is there for UK. German standard is there for Germany and Europe. IP standard sieves are there in India. International sieve series is there for, that is ISO sieve series worldwide. They use this length of this mesh is the basis for. We'll explain this in a minute. What is meant by sieve number? Question आ चुका है GPAT में. What is meant by sieve number? What is meant by sieve number? So number of meshes in length of 25.4 mm. Number of meshes in a length of 25.4 mm. That is 1 inch. sieve number किसको बोलेंगे? sieve number. Define sieve number. Question आएगा आपको. What is meant by sieve number or number of sieve? Sieve number or number of sieve. तो sieve number भी बोलते हैं ऐसा. What do you mean by sieve number? Number of meshes in a length of 25.4 mm. That is a 1 inch in each parallel direction to the wires. कि 1 इंच एरिया में, 1 स्क्वायर इंच एरिया में ऐसे कितने स्ट्रक्चर है, इज नोन एज अ मेश. जैसे ये एक मैश हो गया, यहाँ पे और एक लाइन ड्रॉ करूंगा तो यहाँ पे 2 मैश हो गए, यहाँ पे और एक डालूंगा तो 3 मैश हो गए, यहाँ पे और डालूंगा तो 4 5 6 है ना। सो नंबर ऑफ मैशेस पर स्क्वायर इंच ऑफ द, एक स्क्वायर इंच में कितना मैश है, 1 2 3 4 5 6, और ये अगर यहाँ से ड्रॉ करूंगा और एक, सो अगर ये एरिया अगर 1 इंच का एरिया है 25.4 mm, और इसमें अगर 9 मेश है, कितने 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so it is known as a 9 numbers. So if number of meshes in a per square inch is a 10, so it is known as 10 numbers. If number of meshes per square inch is a 20, it is known as a 20 numbers. If it is a 40, it is known as a 40 numbers. It is a 80 numbers. Are you getting or not? Number of sieves, sieve number of meshes in a length of 25.4 mm, that is a 1 in a 1 inch area. 1 इंच एरिया में कितना नंबर ऑफ मेश है, अगर 10 है तो उसको बोलेंगे 10 नंबर से। अगर 1 इंच एरिया में अगर 44 मेश है उसको बोलेंगे सीव नंबर 44। अगर वो 85 है उसको बोलेंगे 85 नंबर से। तो सीव नंबर इज डिफाइंड एज द नंबर ऑफ मेश इन द लेंथ ऑफ 25.4 mm, it is in a 1 inch in each direction parallel to the wire. Okay, are you getting or not? पटपट सांगायचं तुम्ही. Okay, now the amount of powder used while sieving. Sieving के लिए आपको कितना पाउडर लेना है? सपोज योर sieve has a capacity of 200 ग्राम. एक आपके पास sieve है, sieve है, उसका कैपेसिटी आपका 200 ग्राम. 200 ग्राम पाउडर लेना है आपको नहीं, so you don't have to take 100% of capacity, you have to take only 35 to 40% total capacity. अगर इसका 200 ग्राम्स अगर कैपेसिटी, उसमें सिर्फ आपको है ना, सिर्फ आपको 80 ग्राम ही लेना है. 80 ग्राम, 200 ग्राम उसकी कैपेसिटी है तो आपको 80 ग्राम लेना है, सो दैट यू कैन sieve that material effectively. Okay? Because you need to shake that should have sufficient space. शेकिंग कर सकते हैं, उसमें ब्रशिंग कर सकते हैं, बहुत सारे टेक्निक, शेकिंग ब्रशिंग. What is meant by nominal mesh aperture? Nominal mesh aperture means opening of this, length of opening of this one. Different type of sieves are there. Oven wire sieves are there. Blotting cloth sieves are there. Closely spaced bars are there. Puncture up plates of perforated screens are there. We have seen. You can see over here again. What do you mean by sieve number? Okay. So what do you mean by sieve number? Number of mesh in the 1 inch area, that is 25.4 mm. Number of mesh in the 25.4 mm, or that is 1 inch area, known as a sieve number. Okay, so you can see over here ये कितना sieve होगा. For example, this is 1 5 1 2, so 5 into 5 25, so it is a 25 number sieve, 25 number sieve number. There are different methods for size separation. First one is the sieving. It is the most commonly used method. Sieving is the most commonly used method for size separation. Okay. उसके बाद में आता है, even these sieves are also there. इसका application बहुत सारा है. Okay. Sedimentation method is there. Another method is sedimentation. Fluid is stationary and separation of particle of various size depends on the solely on the particle velocity. मतलब एक बड़ा सा टैंक है आपके यहाँ पे, क्या क्या आपने सस्पेंशन डाल दिया, तो there will be settling of particle will settle down at the bottom due to gravity and due to density of particle. Now settling of particle, that is given by Stokes law. Sedimentation method of size separation is based upon the Stokes law, remember. Okay. Then elucidation method is there. Elucidation. In this technique, the fluid flows in an opposite direction to the uh, to the sedimentation movement. Again, elucidation tanks are there. So fluid will move at a downward and particles will move at upward. Okay. Or either opposite. Okay. Shows that the gravitational elucidators particle gravitational, in case of gravitational elucidators, the instrument used for the Illustration is known as illustrator. Particles moves vertically downward while fluid travels upward. तो particles जो है ना वो downward movement करेंगे in case of gravitational uters and जो fluid है वो upward movement करेगा. Remember the Stokes diameter is involved in the size separation by sedimentation. Stokes law क्या होता है वो we'll see somewhere else. Okay. So just remember over here, sedimentation method is there, illustration method is there. Okay. So sieving method is there, sedimentation method is there, illustration method is there, then centrifugation method is there. These are the method for size separation. Process involved in the law of motion of size separation. जब आप कोई powder sieving के लिए लेते हो, sieving. Now you are shaking that mechanically by using your hand. So if you replace that hand shaking with the magnetic instrument, that is known as a mechanical sieve shaker in the industry. The process involved in the law of motion in separation. मतलब separation कैसे करेंगे आप? You can do agitation, you can do brushing, or you can use centrifugal force to shake that sieve. एक तो आप हाथ से भी शेक कर सकते हो या फिर मोशन यूज करते हो, एजिटेशन यूज कर सकते हो, ब्रशिंग यूज कर सकते हो. Now, sieve shaker machine is official in the Indian Pharmacopoeia and United electromagnetic sieve shaker is a and Sony shifters are the variant of mechanical sieve shaker. Electromagnetic sieve shaker and Sony shifter, they are the variant for mechanical sieve shaker. In the US, two standards of sieves are there. You know that US standard and Taylor standard. दो स्टैंड होता है, यूएस स्टैंड होता है, टेलर स्टैंड. इन केस ऑफ टेलर स्टैंडर्ड, तो इस टेलर स्टैंडर्ड में क्या होता है? रेशियो ऑफ width of opening in the successive sieve. Ratio of width of opening in the successive sieve is a square root of 2. Square root of 2. Taylor standard or Taylor standard scale is based upon the size opening of 0.0029 inch in wire cloth. I mean, मतलब टेलर स्टैंडर्ड में क्या है कि इनका जो मेश साइज है ये 0.029 इंच. वन ओपनिंग विल हैव 0.0029 इंच. नाउ ऐसे अगर 200 ओपनिंग है 1 इंच एरिया में, यूएस स्टैंडर्ड इज यूएस स्टैंडर्ड स्केल वाज proposed by National Bureau of Standard and it also uses the ratio square root of 2, but it is based upon the opening of 1 mm. So opening 1 mm is 18 mesh. Standards are important, Taylor standard and US standard. So sieve number and their tolerance as per the IP. ये जो sieve होता है, जो sieve number होता है, एक मान लीजिए 10 नंबर sieve है, तो 10 नंबर sieve में क्या होना चाहिए? नंबर ऑफ meshes पर इंच, एक इंच एरिया में नंबर ऑफ mesh कितना होना चाहिए? 10. इसमें कुछ टॉलरेंस होता है, मतलब ये जो इसका जो लेंथ होता है ये परफेक्ट हर एक का नहीं आ सकता, इसलिए वो टॉलरेंस दिया है, टॉलरेंस. सो 10 नंबर सिव नॉमिनल में अपर्चर ऑफ 10 नंबर सिव इज 1.7 mm. ये एरिया का जो होता है 1.7 mm होता है. एक्यूरेट नहीं होता तो टॉलरेंस इज 0.06 प्लस माइनस 0.6 mm. सो if sieve is having 1.7 mm nominal mass aperture, so tolerance is a 0.06 mm प्लस माइनस 0.06, मतलब 1.7 mm का नॉमिनल मेश अपर्चर है, तो प्लस माइनस 0.06 प्लस माइनस 0.06, इसे प्लस माइनस 0.06 मतलब क्या है? 1.7 mm तो उसका स्टैंडर्ड है, लेकिन कितना चलेगा आपका 1.1 है ना, 1.06 भी चलेगा, 1.06 भी चलेगा, या फिर 1.06 भी चलेगा, so like that. So in the 44 sieve number 355 micron is the mesh aperture. So tolerance is a plus minus 13 mm. In 250 in a 60 number sieve 250 micron is the nominal mesh aperture and tolerance is a 13 or 9.9 mm. 120 sieve के लिए 125 micron nominal mesh aperture होता है, उसका tolerance होता है 8.1 mm. Actually they used to ask sometimes, so what is the nominal mesh aperture of sieve number 60 250 micron? What is the nominal mesh aperture of sieve number 10? वो ये एक दो बार पूछा है इसलिए. So sieve number 120 124 micron. So Designation and dimension of US standard and Taylor standard sieves. US standard sieves UA Taylor standards. So, let's say for example, 200 micron is nominal mesh aperture for 10 mesh as per the US standard. Then for 20 mesh it is a 840 micron. For 60 mesh 250 micron. As per the Taylor standard, for 10 mesh 10 mesh sieve, so it is a 1651 microns. जैसे यहाँ पे 60 number sieve का 46 मिली में सब. So that is the difference between Taylor standard and US standard. Okay, equipment used for size separation. So cyclone separator is there. So in which centrifugal force is used. Centrifugal force is used to separate the solid from fluid. Separation depends on the particle size and density. Variant of cyclone separator उसको बोलते हैं Euroclone. Euroclone is the variant of size variant of cyclone separator. और उसमें बैक फिल्टर्स भी यूज करते हैं टू सेपरेट फाइन्स फ्रॉम द डस्ट. फाइन्स और डस्ट फ्रॉम द मिल्ड पाउडर. एक चार्ट है यहाँ पे. पार्टिकल साइज सेपरेशन बाय डिफरेंट मेथड. sieving method. By using sieving method you can separate a particle size in a range of 5 to 10,000 micron. By using sedimentation. तो sedimentation में दो टाइप का आता है. Gravitational sedimentation. By using gravitational sedimentation you can separate particle size in a range of 5 to 1000 micron. Okay. Again by using centrifugal sedimentation you can separate a particle size in range of 0.1 to 5 micron. Okay. Illustration इसमें दो आता है water and air illustrator. Water and air gravitational illustrator. You can separate particle size in range of 10 to 500 micron. By using centrifugal illustrators you can separate particle size in range of. By using cyclone separator. Okay, so you have to refer pharmaceutical engineering by CBS Subramanian. Pharmaceutical engineering by CBS Subramanian. So you know that separation of particles according to the size only, that is size separation. Also known as a size separation, also known as sieving, shifting, classifying or screening. Oversized material means what? The material which is remaining on the screen after sieving known as a oversized material or plus material. Material which is passing through a screen known as a undersized material, or this used size separation method is used to determine the particle size distribution, which are very important for in the production of tablet and capsule. Tablet capsule में production में particle size important होता है, particle size distribution. It is also one of the quality control tool for analysis of raw material. जैसे अपने पैरासिटामोल का पाउडर ले लिया ना, तो उसका पार्टिकल साइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कितना है, पार्टिकल साइज क्या है, डेंसिटी कितना है. वन ऑफ द टूल साइज सेपरेटिंग वन ऑफ द टूल as in case of glycopylene and aspirin. Again to test the efficiency of size reduction equipment, or size reduction equipment जो है वो कितना efficiently size reduction कर रहा है, उसका efficiency चेक करने के लिए भी ये important है size separation. To optimize the process condition such as a method of agitation, time of screening, heat rate, etc. Then official standards for the powders. Official standards for the powders we have seen earlier. अपन normally बोलते हैं what is mean by powder is very coarse, powder is fine. But what do you mean by fine, coarse as per the IP? So as per the IP 1996 specifies the 5 grades of powder. IP के accordingly there are 5 grades of powder. Indian Pharmacopoeia gives 5 grades of powder. What are these 5 grades? Coarse powder, moderately coarse powder, moderately fine powder, and very fine powder. But in my table there was two more, micro fine powder and ultra fine powder. Okay, so that was some additional. Okay? But important. So coarse powder means what? A sieve through which all particle must pass through. So coarse powder is the powder of which all particle must pass through sieve number 10, and 40% should pass through sieve number 40. sieve number 10 जो होता है उसका नॉमिनल में अपर्चर होता है 1.7. sieve number 44 का होता है 350. Moderately coarse powder, all particle must pass through sieve number 22 and not more than 40% pass through sieve number. Moderately fine powder, all particle must pass through sieve number 44 and not more than 40% should pass through sieve number 8. Fine powder means all particle must pass through sieve number 85. Very fine powder means all particle must pass through sieve number 120. Important right? Microfine means microfine means all particle must pass through sieve number 350. Then ultrafine means superfine means all particle must pass through sieve made from 10 micron. And ultrafine means particle must pass through sieve made from 5 micron. ये टेबल मैंने बोला. What do you mean by sieves? Sieves are the simplest and simply the most efficient, frequently used method for size separation. Sieves, they are made from either woven wires of brass, bronze, stainless steel, or any stable material, even plastic material. Type of sieve कितने होते हैं? woven wire sieve होगा, woven wire sieve. Then blotting cloth sieve, closely spaced bars, punched plates. woven wire, plain wire हो सकता है या filled wire हो सकता है. This is a plain wire. एक wire blotting cloth sieve bars, blotting cloth sieve उसमें नायलॉन सिल्क या फिर कॉटन का थ्रेड्स होगा. नायलॉन क्लॉथ्स आर जनरली डेजिग्नेटेड फॉर देयर माइक्रोमीटर ओपनिंग एंड अवेलेबल. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. बार स्क्रीन मेटल का बार रहेगा. I have told you this is bar screen. I have told you this round hole screen, ring bone screen, or slot screen. Very important. So round holes, they are used for the fibrous material and they used to clog frequently. ये clogging होता है इसमें. And lower hole size is limited because of the structural strength. Lower hole size limited. The range bone screen, they are used for amorphous and crystalline, slightly coarse powder than equal diameter perforation. इसमें थोड़ा सा बड़ा वाला particle भी pass on हो सकता है. Cross slot में amorphous material and slurries with the coarse particles. They are used for amorphous material and slurries with the coarse powder. Same size as that of the perforation. Standard Taylor standard for USA, US standard for USA, UK के लिए British SIM standard, German DIN standard for Germany and Europe. In India, IP standard SIM series, ISO international SIM. CU number क्या होता है? देखो, number of CU number. They can ask you only, you can expect only one question from this chapter. एक अगर question आ सकता है आपको, otherwise नहीं भी आ सकता. Number of sheets, ये definition important, दो definition. So CU number indicate the number of meshes per linear length of 24.4 millimeter. That is a 1 inch. What is CU number? Number indicate the number of meshes. Number of meshes per linear length of 25.4 mm. That is a 1 inch. Nominal mesh aperture क्या होता है? Nominal mesh aperture. So it indicate the distance between two adjacent wire. ये जो adjacent wire है, distance between two adjacent wire and represent the side square aperture. In IP 96, nominal mesh aperture for majority of series in mm और micron और mm में होता है. याद रखना है, nominal mesh aperture के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. What it indicate? It indicate the distance between, यहाँ पे अगर मैंने यहाँ पे ये निकाला, ये mesh है, so it indicate the distance between two adjacent wire. ये distance कितना है? That is a nominal mesh aperture. Okay, are you getting or not? Are you getting or not? Hello, वो घेऊन जा तयार. Okay, so these definitions are important. CU number and nominal mesh aperture. Nominal diameter of wire. Nominal diameter of wire. Wire mesh sieves are made from either from wire having specified diameter to give a sufficient strength to avoid a distortion of sieve. Approximate tolerance average area. Some variation in the aperture size unavoidable. The variation is expressed as a percentage and it is known as aperture tolerance. So बोला है मैंने कि the nominal mesh aperture is known as a, क्या होता है nominal mesh aperture? The distance between two parallel lines. डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू पैरेलल लाइन, ये जो डिस्टेंस है, ये जो डिस्टेंस है, इट इज नॉट नॉमिनल में सेपरेशन. नाउ दैट डिस्टेंस कैन नॉट बी एक्यूरेट, इतना एक्यूरेट नहीं हो सकता, so it is unavoidable. So variation is there, that is known as a aperture tolerance average, and it is given by every pharmacopoeia. Okay, and this tolerance average is less for कोर सीव. अगर सीव ज्यादा है, सीव नंबर 10 है, तो उसको ज्यादा, इसका एवरेज, उसका टॉलरेंस जो है ना वो कम होगा. एंड फाइन सीव मतलब जो बहुत ही माइक्रोन है 350 सीव, उसका टॉलरेंस ज्यादा होगा. जैसे 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 कोर्स सीव होगा उसका टॉलरेंस कम होगा, एंड जैसे फाइन सीव होगा उसका टॉलरेंस ज्यादा होगा. जैसे अप्रोक्सीमेट सीव नंबर, कोर सीव नंबर है उसका नॉमिनल में सपर्चर होता है 4 mm, और उसका टॉलरेंस होता है 0.13 mm. जैसे आपका सेव नंबर 10 है, उसका नॉमिनल में सपर्चर कितना रहेगा, सेव नंबर 10 का 500 mm पर टॉलरेंस होगा उसका 18 mm. सेव नंबर 20 उसका 63 mm का नॉमिनल में सपर्चर है, टॉलरेंस कितना है 5.3 mm. But you should know at least these things: agitation method, brushing method, then centrifugal force. These are the modes of motion in the sieving. Agitation, brushing. Agitation मतलब क्या? Sieves are agitated in number of ways. Some of them are discussed. जैसे sieve को हिलाते कैसे, sieve को shake कैसे करते हैं? By using oscillation. So sieves are maintained in a frame, and oscillation also oscillates break back and forth. मतलब समोर पाठीमागं पुढं शेक करना, सामने चले के शेक करना. It may be either using hands or by using vibration भी कर सकते हो. Sieves are vibrated high speed by means of electronic devices, either electrically or mechanically. And gyration is also there. So in this method, system is made so that sieve is sieve is on rubber mounting and connected to electric flywheel. These are the motion: gyration, then oscillation and vibration. Sieve, आप sieving कैसे effective कर सकते हो? By either shaking by hand, that is known as a oscillation, or by using vibrators and gyrations. ब्रशिंग मेथड मतलब ब्रशिंग मेथड मतलब उसको ब्रश से ही आपको ये करना है, थोड़ा डिटेल में मत जाओ. सीव शेकर मशीन, सीव शेकर मशीन जो होता है, दैट इज ऑफिशियल इन द इंडियन मार्केट. पाउडर ड्रग इज सेपरेटेड अकॉर्डिंग टू द पार्टिकल साइज यूजिंग सीव इन द नेस्ट. अगर सीव वो सब मैकेनिकली शेक किए जाते हैं, so it is known as a mechanical sheet shaker. Construction working not important. Variant of mechanical shield shaker is known as electromagnetic, also known as sonic shifter. That's another variant. So you might have seen this machine. So it's available in the every. Sieves are arranged in a serial number 10 ऊपर रहेगा 20, 60, 80, 120, and it is connected to a, तो यहाँ पे centrifugal force. Nothing in this chapter. इतना ही important है जीपैट के लिए आपके.